belief. And the Bible said he was strong in faith. And he was full. But yet he chose. Jesus said unto him, I'll come and heal him. And the centurion said in verse 9 of faith, no, not in Israel. Jesus said unto the centurion, go thy way, and as thou hast believed, so it be done unto thee. And his servant was healed that same. His servant was healed that same hour. Self-same hour. This man got his prayer answered. This man got his prayer answered, believed God. No more, no less. I've got more faith than I've got doubt, but I battled it through this past week on some things going on. How many of you just need your faith elevated? To believe God for what God's promised you, or to believe God what He said for what God's promised you, or to believe God what He said in the book. How many of you maybe are just struggling with life? Some things happen in life that life just brings with it, and you're struggling with it. It's hard to cope with it. It's a struggle. It's intense. How many of you are struggling with things beyond your control? I don't have control. I'm like the centurion. I'm not at home. I can't put my hands on it. So God, it's just left up to you. If you tell me to climb the mountain, I'm going to be like Abraham. I'm going to climb it with my promise. If you tell me to lay Isaac on an altar, I'm going to lay him on an altar. If you tell me to now just stand in front of an altar and say, God, this is where I am. This is what I'm facing. But God, I don't want to stagger at the promise of God. I don't want to stagger at the promise of God. Want to be like Abraham. I'm going to put one foot in front of the other. I'm going to march steadfastly on. I'm going to live in the realm of faith. That's it, all over the house. Lift your voice to Him. I wonder if we, as many of you that wants to, I wonder if we could just gather around the front today and let's ask God, God, elevate my faith. Let my faith be elevated today. That's it. Come on. Let's just gather around and worship and love God. Oh, I worship you, Jesus.
Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. He's been my fourth man in the fire, time after time. Born of His Spirit, washed in His blood. And what He did for me on Calvary is more than enough. So I trust in God, my Savior, the one who will never fail. He will never fail. I trust in God, my Savior, the one who will never, my Savior, the one who will never. I sought the Lord, and He heard, and He answered. That's why I trust Him. That's why I trust Him. I sought the Lord, and He heard, and He answered. Lord, and He heard, and He answered. I sought